Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Major, where we discuss the hottest topics in sports. Paul Friesen's on holidays this week, so it's just myself, Sun Sports editor Ted Wyman, and football writer Kirk Penton, and we are going to talk about the Bombers. As always, Kirk, you were in Hamilton last week, saw what was a bit of a debacle for the Bombers, especially offensively.
Yeah.
Stefan LaFors did not have a good day at quarterback. He has not particularly had a good day yet as quarterback of the Blue Bombers, and there's some people already, just some whisperings, calling for his head as
Some
quarterback.
Whisperings?
Maybe louder than that?
Well, there's always people out there who like the backup quarterback the best, right? And it is week 3, so you got to give him a little bit more time. But some of the things that are going on are very alarming, like not being able to complete more than 50% of his passes.
44%.
Yeah,
In
and
fact.
you throw in some of the things that he was throwing in Hamilton were just horrendous.
Yeah. Wobbly.
Things that I might throw, that you
Or
and I might
TJ
throw,
Rubley.
or TJ Rubley.
Should we name a blast from the past name?
So, but the thing is, he's done it in the past. His first 5 games, his first 5 starts in Edmonton 2 years ago, he completed something like 70 to 75% of his passes. So maybe Mike Kelly is right when he says that it's his offense.
Well, he's got 429 yards passing in 3 games. That's half of what Anthony Calvillo has. That's half of what Kerry Joseph has.
Yeah.
That's a good day for Calvillo, really.
Yeah.
And it's a good day for a CFL quarterback.
Yeah.
That is not what you have for 3 games. And the problem is, and I said it last week, he just doesn't look like he has a ton of zip on the ball. I don't know whether that's the way he throws all the time, or if he's hurting a little bit, or if he's just not getting everything into it.
He doesn't have a good arm. He said that. Everybody knew that coming in. So they just have to figure out a way to make it work.
He's supposed to be making that up with his mobility, which hasn't been all that great yet either.
No, he's running for his life many times.
Well,
too.
and we could also point back to some past problems with the administration, maybe blowing up the offensive line from last year and going with a fairly untested one this year, and maybe they're paying a bit for that.
So how long do you go with them?
No more than another half, as far as I'm concerned.
Another half?
No, until you replace him in the next game. If he doesn't have a good first half in the next game, you got to bring the other guy in and give him a chance to win the game for you.
Yeah,
absolutely. You can't wait on this kind of stuff. We remember Jim Daly. Changing the quarterback does absolutely nothing to help the offense. And that was when T. Martin was starting at quarterback. Everybody in the CFL knows that if it's not working, you always try something else.
But who's behind him? I don't know if what's behind him.
Maybe that's true too.
They all have the same. They all have the same amount of experience. So I don't know.
Right. Well, that's why we'll go back a couple of 5-minute majors.
Well,
and I'll tell you that they should have kept Ryan Dinwiddie, but you didn't like that one.
Wow.
I also think they should have.
He would have been the same as Brian Randall, having Brian Randall there. But it's nothing special behind him.
I also thought they should have kept Kevin Glenn around here and not just switched immediately to this other guy.
The $64,000 question.
That's right. And let's look at that. Hamilton needed to replace their quarterback because he was ineffective, even though he had twice as many yards as Quentin Porter had twice as many yards as LaFors did, but they put in the backup quarterback who led them to victory.
Exactly.
That was Kevin Glenn.
Exactly.
Obviously, this is all second guessing to an nth degree, but
but the Bombers couldn't have kept Kevin Glenn.
No.
I think we both agree that was the right move. So while that was a very
do you mean they couldn't
story,
they couldn't have kept him if they hadn't traded for Stefan LaFors? If they at the end of last season they decided that Glenn was still their quarterback?
No. Oh, if they decided that Kevin Glenn was still their quarterback? Yeah, if you had said that, but obviously
they couldn't have keep him as the back.
No.
And
absolutely.
That's probably the same reason that Casey Printers has never been anywhere around here, or maybe he's just terrible. But I mean, the fact is they didn't want to bring in a high-priced backup quarterback. So,
Casey Printers thinks he's God's gift to football. That's why he's not here.
You know what? I don't see the 3 quarterbacks that are here right now being the same 3 quarterbacks at the end of the season if things keep going the way it is. So we'll see. Let's quickly just touch on one other subject here, Kirk. Tom Watson at the British Open. What a heartbreaker. Incredible performance by him and proof that you do not have to be the longest ball hitter to win a tournament.
No.
When it's a course like that.
Yeah.
You have to manage your ball well. I thought that was the greatest thing to watch.
Yeah.
To see a golf course or a golf tournament where managing the ball, staying out of the bunkers, putting it on the greens and staying in play means everything.
Absolutely.
And it's not all about the equipment and the Happy Gilmore-like swings.
No, that's true. But still the biggest thing of the weekend was that he was 59 years old. I mean, that would have been the sports story of the year. by far.
The decade.
You think it would have been the decade?
Well, pretty close. I mean, he's 14 years older than
Yeah.
anyone who's ever won a major.
Yeah, I mean, that was just remarkable.
And he was 8 feet away from winning it, and unfortunately hit a putt like I would have.
No, I know, but that's how Tiger won a few years ago too. He just managed the course, right? So anybody can do that. And a 59-year-old, it's easier for a 59-year-old to do it, and he did a great job. And watching him hit that putt on the 18th hole was just painful because you knew it was over right then and there.
And his second shot on the 18th hole, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, it was amazing that he just had a little bit too much juice on it after he had managed everything so well. But you're right, it would have been a fantastic story, and I don't know if we'll ever see it again. No. I mean, even he's going to be too old to play in the British Open come next year, so that'd be disappointing if that could never happen again. But again, it's just something that's so unusual. You just did not expect to see that happen, and it sort of brings some faith back to sports that anything's possible.
Oh, yeah. We were waiting for him to implode, and he never did. And
somebody
will do it. Well,
he did eventually.
He did eventually. No, I meant like after the second or third round. We were all joking about what he would shoot the next day, but he just kept shooting those 60s.
Anyway, we've probably gone a little bit over time here, so we're going to have to bow out. Thank you very much for joining us on the 5 Minute Major. He's Kirk Penton. I'm Ted Wyman. We'll talk to you again next week.